Hello and welcome to The Quest. This is your host Suman Kauzan. Let's take a look at some of the important news happening around the world this week, starting with some international news. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau resigns. Leadership selection process begins. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announced his resignation on January 6, 2025. He stated that he would continue to serve as Prime Minister until the Liberal Party selects a new leader. Trudeau's resignation has sparked intense discussions in political circles. He described the discussion as a significant turning point in his career and emphasized the need for leadership change within the party. Several reasons are being cited for Trudeau's resignation: internal dispute within the Liberal Party and disagreements over his leadership. Were the key factors. Additionally, growing public dissatisfaction with his government's policies and decisions had weakened his position. Over the past few months, he faced divisions and criticism within the party, making his resignation inevitable. The Liberal Party has scheduled the voting process for the next Prime Minister on March 9, 2025. Prominent candidates include former Central Bank Governor Mark Carney and former Finance Minister Chrystia Freeland. The outcome of this election will not only determine the direction of Canadian politics, but will also have significant implications domestically and internationally. Trudeau's resignation has also raised discussion about Canada-US relations, particularly in areas such as trade and tariff issues. There could be shift in policies under a new administration. It remains to be seen how the selection of a new leader and the upcoming election will reshape Canadian politics. Now transitioning to a different issue. Devastating fire in Los Angeles. 7 dead, over 50,000 buildings destroyed. A massive wildfire in Los Angeles, California has caused widespread devastation, spanning approximately 40,000 acres. The fire has destroyed over 50,000 buildings, including the homes of several Hollywood celebrities. So far, 7 deaths have been confirmed, while more than 2 lakh people have been forced to evacuate their homes. The fire has engulfed posh areas such as Palisades and Hollywood Hills, affecting homes of prominent celebrities like Paris Hilton, Steven Spielberg, Ashton Kutcher, and Mandy Moore. Paris Hilton's home, worth 72 crore, has been completely reduced to ashes. Considering the fire's severity, nearly 3 lakh people have been relocated to safer areas. Schools, community centers, and other facilities have been converted into emergency shelters. Strong winds and dry weather have made it challenging to control the blaze. Around 7,500 firefighters are working tirelessly to extinguish the fire, but water shortage and adverse weather conditions have been posed significant obstacles. President Joe Biden has cancelled his trip to Italy in the light of crisis and assured federal aid for California's rebuilding efforts. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump has blamed the Biden administration for the situation. Experts believe that global warming, drought, and strong winds are the primary factors behind the rapid spread of the fire. The disaster has severely disrupted the lives of Los Angeles residents, and recovery and rebuilding are expected to take a longer time. Shifting our focus from the global stage, let's take a look at what is happening closer to home. Rise in HMPV cases in India. Health Ministry issues warning. India has recently witnessed an increase in cases of HMPV, promoting the health department to enhance its surveillance. The number of reported cases has risen to 9 since January 7. Initially, cases were reported from Karnataka and Tamil Nadu, followed by one in Gujarat on the same day. Subsequently, 2 more cases emerged from Nagpur, Maharashtra, and one in Mumbai on Wednesday. On Thursday, another case was reported in Ahmedabad. HMPV is a respiratory illness that primarily affects children and the elderly, and individuals with weakened immune system. Symptoms include fever, cough, sore throat, and difficulty in breathing. The Health Ministry has recommended public health measures to control the spread of the virus. Health Minister stated that HMPV is not a new virus and there is no need for panic. He described it as a common respiratory infection but emphasized the importance of preventive measures, especially during the winter season when viral illness are on the rise. With the increase in HMPV cases, the winter season has also seen a surge in viral infection across India. The Health Ministry had advised maintaining hygiene and wearing masks to curb the spread of virus. It's noteworthy that HMPV cases have been reported in India before, with several cases surfacing in December as well. Former WHO Chief Scientist Dr. Soumya Swaminathan had previously remarked that counting HMPV cases in India is not of major significance. However, health authorities remain vigilant and are closely monitoring the virus's spread. On a related note, we turn to another story making headlines today. ISRO gets new leadership. Dr. V. Narayanan appointed chairman, marks new era in space exploration. The Indian Space Research Organisation, ISRO, has appointed Dr. V. Narayan as its new chairman. He will take over from the current chairman, Dr. S. Somnath. On January 14, 2025, Dr. Narayanan is presently the Director of Liquid Propulsion System Center (LPSC) and the 4 decades of experience in rocket and spacecraft propulsion. He has made significant contributions to India's space program. Dr. Narayanan strengthened ISRO's cryogenic program and served as the project director for the C-25 cryogenic stage of the GSLV Mk3, which was successfully developed under his leadership. He also played a pivotal role in the development of the second and fourth stage of PSLV. Under his guidance, LPSC has developed more than 183 liquid propulsion systems and control power plants. Dr. Narayanan's contribution to missions such as Chandrayaan-2, Chandrayaan-3, Aditya-L1 and GSLV Mk3 have been commendable. He has been honored with prestigious awards like the Silver Medal from IIT Kharagpur and the Gold Medal from the Astronautical Society of India and the National Design Award. Dr. Narayanan's appointment comes amid ISRO's ambitious project include plans to establish its space stations by 2035. During the tenure of the outgoing chairman, Dr. S. Somnath, ISRO achieved historic milestones such as landing a spacecraft on the moon's south pole. Dr. Narayanan's expertise and leadership are expected to propel ISRO's upcoming mission to new heights, marking a significant milestone in the future of India's space program. Turning now to another critical areas, let's examine the report coming about AQI of Delhi. GREP3 restrictions reimposed in Delhi NCR amid rising pollution. Health concerns increase. Due to the deteriorating air quality in Delhi NCR, the Commission for Air Quality Management has reimposed restriction under Stage 3 of Graded Response Action Plan (GRAP). The ban on construction and demolition activities. All non-essential construction and demolition work is prohibited to reduce dust and pollutant emissions. The operation of BS3 petrol and BS4 diesel vehicle has been banned to control vehicular pollution. Classes for students up to 5th grade are advised to be conducted in hybrid mode to protect children from the adverse effect of pollution. Strict restrictions have been imposed on burning waste in the open to minimize air pollution. These measures aim to improve air quality and safeguard public health. Citizens are requested to adhere to these directives, limit outdoor activities and step out only when necessary. The Commission for Air Quality Management is continuously monitoring the situation and will take further steps if needed. Citizens are urged to stay updated on the Air Quality Index and follow health guidelines. Continuing with our coverage, here what is happening next. Supreme Court dismisses review petition on same-sex marriage, says it's a legislative matter. The Supreme Court has rejected review petitions challenging its earlier decision to deny legal recognition to same-sex marriages. A bench headed by Justice B.R. Gavai stated that no errors were found in the earlier judgment. On October 17, 2023, the Supreme Court has refused to grant legal recognition to same-sex marriages, stated that the matter falls under the jurisdiction of the legislature. However, the court affirmed that same-sex couples have the right to cohabit without threats of violence, coercion or interference. It also directed the Indian government to establish a committee to examine the rights and entitlement of individuals in same-sex relationships. The review petitions argued that the decision violating fundamental rights was discriminatory. However, the Supreme Court dismissed these petitions, reiterating that the previous judgment contained no errors. Following these decisions, any move to grant legal recognition to same-sex marriages will require action from the legislature. The court made it clear that this matter falls within the legislative domain. Now discuss the latest update on upcoming elections. Delhi Assembly Election 2025. Congress promises Rs 2,500 monthly under Pyari Didi Yojana for women. Ahead of the Delhi Assembly election 2025, Congress party has announced the Pyari Didi Yojana to women voters. Under this scheme, if Congress comes to power, eligible women in Delhi will receive 2,500 rupees in financial assistance every month. Congress leader and Karnataka Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivkumar announced the scheme, stating that it would be approved in the very first cabinet meeting if Congress forms the government. He also highlighted how Congress prioritizing social welfare schemes immediately after coming to the power in Karnataka and promised to replicate the same in Delhi. Earlier, the Aam Aadmi Party has announced the Mahila Samman Yojana, promising Rs 2,100 per month to women in Delhi. With Congress now placing a higher amount, it aims to attract more women voters. Delhi has 7.1 million female voters, and Congress announcement is seen as a significant step to gain their voters. All eyes are now on the BJP's manifesto to see what promises it will make for women voters. Now let's turn our attention to another news making headlines. Bijapur Naxal attack. 9 killed, security situation in Chhattisgarh under threat. On January 6, 2025, a major Naxal attack in Chhattisgarh's Bijapur district claimed the lives of 8 District Reserve Guard, DRG personnel and a civilian driver. The attack was carried out using a powerful improvised explosive device, IED, that destroyed the vehicle carrying the security forces during their routine patrol. This incident is the largest Naxal attack on security forces in the past 2 years and the first in 2025. The tragic loss of lives have raised serious concern about the security situation in the state. The sacrifice of Jawans has plunged the entire nation into mourning, with both the Union Home Ministry and the state government strongly condemning the attack. Following the incident, security forces have intensified search operations across the region. Official has stated that the campaign against Naxal in Chhattisgarh and other affected areas will be further intensified to bring the perpetrators to justice. This attack poses a significant challenge to the government's effort to combat Naxalism. Chhattisgarh security forces will need to exercise great vigilance. The government has expressed deep condolences to the families of the martyrs and pledges to ensure that their sacrifices do not go in vain. Now shifting gears from national affairs, let's dive into the world of sport. Saudi Arabia is going to host FIFA World Cup 2034. FIFA, the global governing body of football, has confirmed that Saudi Arabia will host the 2034 FIFA Men's World Cup. This marks the first time Saudi Arabia will host this prestigious tournament and the second time that the World Cup will be held in West Asia. Earlier, the 2030 World Cup was announced to be jointly hosted by Spain, Portugal and Morocco, with 3 matches played in Argentina, Paraguay and Uruguay. To commemorate the tournament centenary, Saudi Arabia has taken significant steps in recent years to promote sports, including hosting various international tournaments. Hosting the 2034 World Cup is expected to elevate the country's sports and tourism sectors. However, human rights organizations have criticized the Saudi Arabia for alleged sports washing using a sports event to improve their international image. With this announcement, Saudi Arabia will become the first nation to host the World Cup under the expanded format featuring 48 teams. This decision is anticipated to boost football's growth in Saudi Arabia and enhance its global reputation. Additionally, it reflects the growing interest and investment in football in the Middle East. Now transitioning from football, let's check in on latest happening in the realm of hockey. India defeats Pakistan to win 5th Junior Asia Cup hockey title. India junior hockey team clinched their 5th Men's Junior Asia Cup title by defeating Pakistan 5-3 in the final held in Muscat, Oman. India had previously won the title in 2004, 2008, 2015 and 2023. In the final, India's Arijit Singh Hundal delivered an exceptional performance, scoring 4 goals, while Dilraj Singh contributed with 1 goal. Pakistan's Hanan Saeed opened the score in the 3rd minute with a field goal, but Hundal equalized the 4th minute through a penalty corner. In the second quarter, Hundal converted another penalty corner in the 18th minute, and Dilraj Singh scored a field goal in the 19th minute, giving India a 3-1 lead. Pakistan continued to fight back with Sufyan Khan, scoring penalty corner goals in the 30th and 39th minutes, leveling the score of 3-3. However, in the final quarter, Hundal scored a field goal in 47th minute to regain India's lead and sealed the victory in the 54th minute by converting another penalty corner. This victory reaffirms the Indian junior hockey team's dominance at the continental level and has reignited enthusiasm and expectation for hockey in the country. That's all for today. For more such updates, stay tuned with The Quest. This is your host Suman signing off.